Thanks for tuning in to this Tom's Hardware First Look. Today, we'll be looking at the Digital Storm Aura, a 34-inch all-in-one gaming PC. The Aura's starting price is $2,272, but the configuration we're looking at today will set you back $3,377. It's composed of an Intel Core i7-6700K processor, an NVIDIA GTX 1080 Founders Edition graphics card, 16GB of DDR4 memory, a 512GB Samsung 950 Pro M.2 SSD, and an HGST TravelStar 7K1000 hard disk. Taking a quick tour of the Aura, the first thing you'll notice is the impressive 34-inch curved display, outputting in 3440 by 1440. Digital Storm opted for the Samsung LTM 340 YP01, an amorphous silicon TFT LCD panel. The exterior is relatively unadorned, save for Digital Storm's logo, which is stamped on the front bezel. To the right, you'll find two symbols corresponding to the power button and display options joystick below. Using the joystick to navigate the direction-based menu is easy. Pushing left reveals backlight controls. Pushing right reveals the volume rocker. Pushing forward reveals the display's output options. And finally, pulling back opens up the main menu. Moving on to the Aura's I/O. In the back, you'll find one USB 3.0 port, one USB 2.0 port, a headphone jack, a microphone jack, and one SD card reader. The rest of the I/O is on the bottom of the Aura, and what you'll find here depends on your GPU and motherboard configuration. In our case, we have a Gigabyte Z170N Gaming 5. To the far right is the monitor's I/O, consisting of two HDMI ports, one display port, one mini display port, and one audio jack. This ensures that future graphics card upgrades won't be hindered by the monitor's port selection. By default, you'll find an HDMI cable running from the GTX 1080 to the monitor's HDMI port. The Aura stand is composed of two solid pieces of metal, which attach via one screw at the bottom of the base piece. The Aura itself weighs in at 31.4 pounds, and is secured to the stand at the hinge with two additional screws. As you can see, the hinge offers no horizontal movement and limited vertical tilt. Now, this might seem like a limitation, but considering an entire desktop system, monitor and all, are being supported on this stand alone, well, there isn't much else we can ask for. Opening up the Aura is easy. First, remove the bottom I/O cover, revealing 5 screws. Lay the Aura down securely and remove the 2 screws securing the chassis to the stand. Then, remove all the screws, 5 from the bottom and 5 more from the top. Now, the glossy back panel should come right off. Unfortunately, once you've removed the back panel, you start to realize that it doesn't feel particularly premium. The panel has quite a bit of flex, not to mention this glossy finish is a scratch and fingerprint magnet. This shouldn't be too much of an issue though, because during normal usage, the back panel should remain out of sight. Now moving inside, we get a clear view of the components. On the right is the NVIDIA GTX 1080 Founders Edition. The Founders Edition card uses a blower fan, which expels heat through its rear exhaust. In this case, the exhaust is facing towards the bottom. Now, most system builders might prefer open air coolers over blower shrouds, since they generally provide better thermals. But the Aura might just be one of those scenarios where a blower shroud would be preferred. With such a tightly packed system, the last thing you can ask for is for more heat to be expelled near your components. Moving up to the top, you'll find the Aura's rear-facing speakers on the right and the left. They don't sound too bad, and they can reach reasonably high volumes without too much distortion, but they are directly obscured by the Aura's back panel. Adding some speaker grills in future iterations should eliminate this. Also worth noting is the Vortex, Digital Storm's all-in-one liquid cooling solution. A special blower fan and shroud are located to the left, which direct air to the Vortex radiator, expelling heat through the Aura's top vents. The cooler is provided by Asetek, and it appears to be 162mm long, 36mm wide, and 40mm deep. In our configuration, this rather small radiator was actually able to keep temperatures quite low. You can configure your Aura with the CPU stock heatsink, but in cases like these, where cool internals is an absolute must, sticking with the Vortex cooler isn't a bad idea. Thank you for watching this first look. Be sure to check out our full article, where we take a more detailed look at the Aura and its performance. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.